brothers, you're listening to Home Bar Happy Hour. We're talking about week 2 of the NFL. We're talking about secrets. We're talking about scams. And we're talking about what the other dude's doing next door in the old Taylor, in the old toilet. All those different sounds. And yeah, we're taking in about that. Let's roll, America.
All right, let's roll indeed. Thank you guys, everyone, for stopping by Happy Hour. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Please make sure to give us a like, a subscribe. All that stuff helps a lot. If you're listening on a podcast service, reviews are the big one. But let's jump right into it, Mike. How are you today? Do you got some questions you want to start us off with, or a question to start us off with?
I do. First, I wanted to let everybody know that we are going to start some bar reviews here in the next coming weeks. If you follow us on TikTok, that's where you're going to find it. So we're going to go to different bars. It could be anywhere around here, Philly, Pittsburgh, any place that Joe and I happen to be going to. We just pop into a bar to get something to eat, have a couple drinks, and we're just going to drop the video on how we feel. The service, the food, the atmosphere. Was it a good place? Was it a great place? We're not trying to ruin any businesses out there. We don't want to, but we want to give you guys, the listeners, our audience, the experience the knowledge of all this stuff. So let's get into these questions, Joe.
Yeah, for sure. What's up?
So, what are some things that you don't want to hear on the toilet stall next to you?
I mean, that is, you don't want to hear much coming from the toilet stall next to you, but you're going to hear something. Unfortunately, I mean, that's what a toilet stall is for. It's for doing your business. I think probably the worst thing, I was thinking about this a little bit, the worst thing you could hear from a toilet stall next to you is the word help. If someone just said, I need some help, then there's more going on that I don't want to be a part of, They're in some type of situation, maybe I can spare a square, but that's about all I'm going to be doing the helping category.
Dude. There's not too many things that I don't want to hear you're going into a public bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to hear, sounds of, relaxation and, like belches and tones coming out of someone's assholes. The thing is that I don't want is like somebody taking a piss and then it's just like, you're trying to take a shit, somebody's splashing on your fucking feet or something. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, that's that would be quite the stream.
Yeah, well, that if because there are out there people in there doing the old freak show, doing the old funky monkey next door, and we're like, oh my god, well I'm gonna end this real quick.
Yeah, you don't want that,
Yeah, dude. But I was like it goes with the old truck stop stories, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dude, those fucking guys who fart in a bowl. I'm like, what the fuck? It sounds like a fucking 155 shell going off.
Yeah. Just echoing throughout the whole place, dropping bombs.
Yeah. Yeah. But man, I'm trying to get this to load, and it is not loading because there were some good comments on this. I'm just going to restart this.
Here's one. Someone says the worst thing to hear in the bathroom stall next to you is, "Hey, buddy, you got a bag? I'm saving this one."
Yeah. Dude, my dad was always good for this stuff. Like he was like, even like if you're taking a piss in a urinal and you got a guy next to you, just knock your knuckle against like you're shaking, but you're knocking your knuckle against the porcelain. Like, yeah. Like you're fucking shaking a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, folks. We're trying to get this up and running.
It's all good.
But hey, you go see Beetlejuice?
I did, yeah. I saw Beetlejuice. Saw it in IMAX. I went to one of the.
What did you feel? What did you feel about it?
It was fine. A little busy. There was like no less than 3 or 4 different conflicts happening on screen all at once. Who's the girl? Monica Bellucci, I believe is her name. She is like the main villain, and she has like 4 minutes total of screen time. Like you hardly ever see her.
I know.
There's also just some weird, ghosts that show up randomly and then seem like they're going to be this big giant conflict, and then that whole conflict is pretty much dismissed by a joke from Beetlejuice and sending them down. But saying all that, it was a fine flick. You're not watching Citizen Kane here. It's Beetlejuice 2. You should go in kind of knowing that the whole point of the movie isn't to win Oscars or create this, spell-binding narrative. It's just you're there for vibes and aesthetic. And if you like that, if you like hanging out with goofy characters that are a little crude and, a PG-13 way, and you like seeing, giant sandworms and dealing with undead bureaucracy, then the film is packed to the brim with it. I enjoyed it for what it was. What about you, Mike? What did you think about it?
I totally agree with you on the plot. Like the plot was like all over the place.
Yeah.
So I was a little disappointed in the plot. I felt like there were a few laughs that I had towards the middle. It took forever for it to get going.
Yeah.
It was a slow get off, and then I felt like they needed to add a little bit more to Jenna Ortega's character in order for what ended up happening, and then like that kind of leads into that her going over to the other side. I felt like it was like, oh, she just randomly meets a new boy and then they fall in love and then poof, like, oh yeah, I'll go into the dark side with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like it started off real slow and then it went like that. And then next thing you know, then it was like, they didn't tie them all together. There was like 3 different storylines, like William Dafoe's character.
Yeah.
Like,
he just is like
a little bit overboard.
Being crazy.
Yeah. Like, why are you looking for Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Like, I never really got it. Like, he should be, I don't know. Like, I just didn't get it. I felt like he was going way too overboard.
He certainly wasn't fleshed out. One of the things I did love about this movie, I don't know if you knew this or picked up on it, but do you remember the dad from the original Beetlejuice?
Yes.
His name is Jeffrey Jones. So notably, he's not in this flick, except at the very, this isn't really a, well, yeah, right at the beginning, this isn't a spoiler. It happens like immediately. He's in like a plane accident and a shark bites his head off. And then he's just kind of wandering around the afterlife as, half a person. Do you know why that is? Do you know why they did that?
No.
So the actor that plays him is just an absolute garbage human being who got arrested in 2003, 2004 for having, how do I put this like gently, inappropriate pictures of minors. So he was like just a total garbage person. Yeah. So obviously Tim Burton wasn't going to bring him back, but rather than just like not bring him back, they decide to just kill him off in this grotesque, comical way and kind of like give him his comeuppance. So I did like that. I wondered like kind of how they were going to deal with the fallout of, this actor who, played a pretty pivotal character. And I think they did a great job of, getting rid of his creepy ass. Just, let's get rid of this dude.
Yeah. I didn't like oh well now I mean that's an interesting bit about that. There
Yeah.
was I didn't enjoy like all the singing scenes, especially like when they were getting married again. Like they were supposed to like all this like dancing and singing. Like I'm like, what the hell is going on?
So, I mean, that's such like a iconic moment from the first movie, right? When they're around the table and they
Yeah.
sing that Deo. And fine to bring that back for a little bit, but you're right, dude. That was like a 5 minute sequence. And what I thought was like and this, I think this kind of sums up the whole idea of the plot. So there's like a 5 minute singing sequence that is building towards this, ending, and the ending is basically the exact same ending as the first movie. But then how they actually resolve that conflict is a small exposition dump of fine print that's written in a book that Jenna Ortega just says like, "Oh, it says here that this is a loophole, so now you're gone." And like, it was like we just spent 5 minutes doing nothing and then resolved the conflict in like the most ludicrous way, like the most not even ludicrous, like the most lazy way possible. Like, however, they didn't really
Yeah.
write anything to go through it. It was like when you're writing a script, like, okay, so here's a 6 minute scene, and they're like, well, hey Tim, how are we gonna, finish this conflict? How are we gonna have a resolution? And you go, oh, it's here in this book. She reads it, and that's it. And like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. So yeah,
Yeah, I know.
the movie is mainly
Uh,
just fan service for fans of the first one, which is fine. That's the movie you're going to see, but it leans into that pretty hard.
well, he also wasn't as uh, hyper as the original one. Like he didn't
Yeah.
really have like that upbeat, like you know what I mean, like where he was like, and also like the cursing was like really like low, but they had like it was a lot of gore. There was a
They
lot of graphic stuff.
Yeah, it's actually like in the trailer, but when he like opens up his like spills his guts out, that was like pretty graphic. I was like, that's
Yeah, well then
interesting
and
for a
then like
PG-13 movie.
and then she gives birth to a baby Beetlejuice. That was funny.
That was wild,
I
dude.
thought
What is it's
that
like
was
such
wild.
That's like a thing that's happening in like every movie this year. I don't, have you seen the new Alien yet? I don't know if you've seen it or not, but there's
No, I
a
haven't, so don't ruin it
crazy
for me. But I kind of
birthing
get the
scene.
I kind of get the gist of like what was going down. It's like so because I just accidentally read over a thing where they said it kind of reminded them of Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, very similar. Alien Resurrection's a wild one too, man. I just rewatched that a couple weeks
I
ago
know.
before Alien. That no one talks enough about how freaking weird that movie gets. But anyway, we can we can jump on to
Yeah.
something other than giving birth to non-humans.
What is something everyone secretly does, but will never admit it?
I I think the biggest one is peeing in the shower, but I think a lot of people will
Oh, oh God, if I ever caught somebody peeing in the shower next to me, I'd lose my shit.
yeah. Uh I think that's like something like everyone like pretty much does. The other one I can think of, and I don't know about you, but sometimes like, if you've been out, you've been drinking a lot, and uh you're getting a little rumbly in your tummy, and it's really loud, you might just walk over to the corner a little bit, let out a little toot, a little fart, just let it go a little bit. You're not
You
you're
gotta
not
be careful though, man. When you're
Yeah.
when you do drink and you want to break wind off, and then it's like, oh, that's not a fart, and then your condition might push the balance there.
Yeah, you might have a different evening. But that's something that I've done on more than one occasion. I'm like, I'm not going all the way to the bathroom. Like, I'm just gonna step around a little bit. But you don't, if you're at a club or something, you want to make sure it's not like, you want to make sure you're in like the middle of a song. It's not the end of a song and then you're just letting one rip real loud.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, so some people are like talk to themselves. Now, I mean, like, if you're like having a full out fucking conversation with yourself, I'm like, bro, you need to go get some help, man. Or you like But like every once in a while, like you're working, you got a lot of stuff going on. Like I tend to talk out loud. Like I'm like, all right, I gotta go. Like I'd be sitting there, I'd be like, all right, I gotta mow the grass, I gotta run here, I gotta run there, I gotta do this, that, yada yada yada. You know, like that. Like that's something I don't think that that's a big deal. But when you're like when you're talking to yourself and have a full out fucking conversation, like there's a couple screws loose upstairs. Another one is, oh, go ahead.
I have all my conversations in my head. I don't know if that, I think there's like two different ways people's like brain works, but I'm a talking back and forth to myself, like in my head. That's how I think. Like I think in conversations. I think some people are more just like straight.
I think if there's like a lot of stuff going on. So like when I have like a lot of people at a party and I'm doing a barbecue and stuff like that, and there's a lot going on, like that's like something I will. But if I'm in like complete silence or whatever, yeah, that's when I just think about it. I think it's like you're just I'm thinking about stuff and I'm talking so that it just burns more into my memory so I don't forget.
Yeah, makes sense.
Some other people are picking their nose, blowing snot rockets.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I blow snot rockets. If there's no tissue or stuff like that, and I'm outside working, especially like when we were in the Army, like I'm blowing snot rockets. I'm getting it out of me and just getting right back. I mean, what the hell? What else am I gonna do? Just walk around with a runny nose and shit? Or
you got to get that
like
out.
This bat in the cave.
There is nothing like more, I shouldn't say nothing, but it is like outrageously uncomfortable when you like have a booger and can feel it. That's like so annoying. And you know, you gotta, what else are you gonna do? You gotta pick it out. Like sometimes they're stuck in there. You gotta do it. Just pick your nose. Maybe don't do it at the dinner table, but anywhere else is probably appropriate.
Yeah. There's this one guy, he went in for a job interview and they asked him if he picks his nose and he said no. And you're a liar, you're not. I'm like, Jesus.
Wow.
I was like, who was giving that interview? Will Ferrell?
Yeah, I know. That's quite the job interview question. Never heard that.
I know, right? There was one in here that really caught my attention. Judging people because of their appearance.
Wow. We all do
I don't think that's really a secret. Secret rehearse what they're doing to say, yep, that goes with what we were talking about. I don't know, I'm almost there. Oh, look at their poop. I mean, you got to look at your stool. I mean, especially in your older age, you got to make sure that your stool, you know, what condition your stool is, because that tells you a lot about your health. Yep, farting in public. There it is. Farting in public. Fucking hell, this crop dusting in the grocery store. They farted directly on a little girl in an Asian grocery store not 5 minutes later. I'm like, Jesus.
Ooh.
Asking for hair. I try to find quiet, more solitude place and then just let one rip. So you were saying the amount of farts I left and blamed on kids is ridiculous. That was a free day there. Let it out slowly. Yeah, I don't know. Girls don't fart. Get the fuck out of here. Ladies. We all know. I don't. But that's basically it. It was like all the picking nose and stuff like that. Talk behind people's backs.
Yeah, just fucking gross body stuff, pretty much. I think that's the biggest thing people don't want to admit out loud, but we all do it. We all have gross bodies, you know. Everyone's body's a little gross at some times.
Everybody's got something coming out of every fucking orifice that has a different fucking sound.
That is true.
But speaking of different shit coming out of orifices, dude, I fell victim to the kicker, San Francisco Moody.
Oh.
I fell victim to him this weekend. Even though I mean I wasn't going to win anyways, but man, he laid 26 points up on me. I'm like, are you fucking for real? Like he's got like more points than Amon St. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, most of these top players. I'm like, what is going on, man? So, but I did nail 10 out of the 16 games in my pick'em. So I am good. Up 10. I know. The only one I didn't get, which nobody got because they fell on the 6-point spread, was the Seahawks game.
Okay.
So the Seahawks Denver game. So it ended up being 26-20, which falls right on the money line. So that just gets negated. But this week on the Gulag Stone Cold Ice Cold Locks, we're going to go with the Bills over the Dolphins. I'm taking that one. That's going to be a good game. That's here this Thursday night. That's a 1.5 point spread. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Cowboys over the Saints with a 6.5 point spread. 6.5 points to the Saints. I'm taking the Lions. This is going to be a offensive week, I feel. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready. I got the Lions over the Bucks. 7 points to the Bucks. I got the Packers. Well, this game here, the Packers and the Colts. It all depends on if Jordan Love's playing. If Jordan Love's playing, I'm taking the Packers. But that's going to be a hard one because I feel like the Colts are with Anthony Richardson. They played a really good game last week.
I think Jordan Love's out for 3 to 4 weeks, right? I thought I saw that today.
Maybe. Probably. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going to the Colts.
Yeah.
This is a hard one. Jets and Titans. I think I'm going to go to the Jets just because of the talent level is better than what the Titans have. I got the 49ers over the Vikings. I got the Seahawks over the Patriots. I got the Commanders over the Giants. You got the I'm never picking the Panthers. They can kiss my that is atrocious. I'm taking the Chargers over the Panthers. The Browns over the Jaguars. I don't know why people are picking the Jaguars.
I don't know.
I feel like the Browns are a better team than the Jaguars.
Okay.
I got the Ravens just laying a slobber knocker on the Raiders.
Yeah,
I got the Rams over the Cardinals, the Steelers over the Broncos, the Bengals over the thinking the Chiefs. Switch that up. I was going to take the Bengals over the Chiefs, but only because of that spread is a 6-point spread. Actually, no, I am going to take the Bengals.
Okay, lock it in.
Yeah, lock it in. We're locking it in. Texans over the Bears, and then the Birds over the Falcons. Save them.
That seems safe.
And there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Stone
Cold picks. How did you feel about that Birds game, brother?
That was one of those games that you're just kind of happy to squeak out a win. It was so wild that you could tell at the beginning that field, it's a soccer field. It's in a different country. It's not maintained the same way that, fields are in the States. And, it was some tough going there in the beginning, right? The first quarter was really rough. Our defense showed up though, being able to hold them to 2 field goals during the first quarter was absolutely clutch. We had 2 pretty big turnovers there. I think one of them came directly from Jalen Hurts. He threw that interception. Another one came from a bad snap. Those things are happening, just kind of kicking off the rust, kind of getting it going again. But once the Eagles started moving, man, they were moving. Saquon Barkley had 3 touchdowns, absolutely unhinged performance. So good bringing him in. AJ Brown had a touchdown, right? It was a great game. It was a good showing for the Birds, a good way to start off. And it really was, I think, because of the field, because there's no home field advantage, because there's, it's just a totally different stadium no one's ever played in before, that it's just good to leave there with a win, any way you can get it. And I think the Eagles got their win in a very good way. What about you?
Well, the
Mike?
Packers are no pushovers. They're a very good team.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
a very good team. So first, I give it a A-. I give it an A minus because obviously there is room to improve,
Sure, always.
but it doesn't matter. It's the overall performance was 10 times better than any performance that we had last year. You could definitely tell that we had some competent coordinators in there.
Yeah.
Defense, I felt they played spectacular. I felt
they played
as
really
for
good.
game one.
Mhm.
For game one, the offense I knew was going to be a little, I mean, like that's most of these players, it's like the first they haven't played since last year when we got shit canned by the Bucks. So
yeah,
I give it like an A minus, a B plus, A minus, and that right there in that area.
Yeah,
I give it a 7. I'll give it an 8.9. How about that?
8.9. All right, that works.
8.9. That's where I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
And so this us going against we're going up against our old adversary, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna dude. They're fucked. They're about to go 0-2.
Yeah.
We're gonna lay a fucking shellacking on them like the 49ers did to the Jets.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see. So, we'll see if our kicker can get 26 fantasy points or whatever this week. That would be terrific.
And then, bro, yeah, dude, like right. Well, no, I'd like to see more. I like to see a lot more air action. I mean, there was some air action stuff, but it was like their offense kind of struggled and stuff like that. They did a lot of motion, and I loved it. I loved all that pre-snap motion. I like to see, I like to see things work out. You know what I mean? I like to see like a one drive, opening drive, right down the field, score touchdown, boom, and then defense get the offense, kick their offense off the field. Our offense go right back out there, control the clock. That's what I'd like to see. I don't want to see don't get me wrong. I'd love to see us run the score up, as does anybody. But I'd like to see us control the trenches, control the clock, like that type. We control the flow of the game. That's what I want to see. So, forcing Kirk Cousins to pass. That's how I feel. I feel like he's just the late Eli Manning. As soon as you get, that's why Eli Manning was always like a struggle to us, because as soon as you get the Eli Manning and start banging him up, that's the way it is with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's
how I feel.
Well, but, we'll see. It should be a good one. I'm excited for it. Excited for the season to see where we go the rest of this year.
I know. And dude, we had that walk off run last night. Oof. That was sweet. Yep, that walk off win. But let's get in here another question here, Joe. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while you were alone?
This is one that I couldn't really think of, like an embarrassing moment. Maybe because if you're alone, it's not that embarrassing.
When I mean alone, I don't mean like alone, like just like in your house, like you could be in public, like walking. Like, yeah, I'll tell you one. Sure. Slipping on ice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Slipping on ice. I've slipped on ice a lot, and dude, does that suck?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Probably in the Army. Definitely shit my pants a few times, and I'm just just run somewhere and cut those Johns off and do your thing. And that's the way it is, man. It just creeps up on you while you're working. Ain't got time to shit, man.
Sometimes that'll happen. You just
hey man, I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of military guys that have done it. So yeah, and if you got time to shit, you got all the time in the world.
Right.
So this one girl walked around a car parking lot for 30 minutes, almost in tears, looking for her car in the supermarket. 30 minutes of me walking, believe my car was stolen. I was parked in the parking garage, and the car was on the second level. Totally lost her car. Yeah. Whacked my funny bone on a wall. Oh, go ahead.
I would say that has happened to me on more than one occasion. Just I am like the worst at remembering where I parked my car. Like it doesn't matter where I'm at. I typically take, if you look at my phone pictures, it is pictures of parking lots and light poles, because I will just, As soon as I get into Costco or the movie theater or wherever, I absolutely totally blank at wherever I put my car. I've never thought it was stolen though. That's never happened to me.
I thought a mountain lion was stalking me. A mountain lion out of everything. So that just tells you the area where this person lives.
Yeah.
I thought a mountain lion was stalking me right on my heels on a bike, but later learned that it was a roll of toilet paper thumping around at the bottom of my backpack.
Ooh.
Yeah. Walked into a gas station, paid for my gas, got back in the car, and drove off. Totally, yeah. What? I was naked in my bathroom with the blinds open and dancing, get ready to shower, and looked down and noticed my neighbors and lawn care guy were all staring at me.
Well, that's not alone. That's something that happened with other people watching.
Yeah, but she felt like she was alone.
So
what? In the groin while, go ahead.
So one time I came home. I was living in Maryland. I was living in like a row home. So there's like 4 houses. I walk into my house and I go upstairs and use the bathroom. It's like after work, so it's probably like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I look out, my back window, and it looks into all of our neighbors' yards. You can see every neighbor's yard right there, just separated by a little fence. And my neighbors next to me, they had set up like one of those $100 like kiddie pools from Walmart that probably go 2 feet high or whatever, and they're both in there skinny dipping like right in the middle of the day. And I'm like, what is going on, guys? Like, can't you tell? Don't you like everyone can see you, and you're not secluded, and you're not in a real pool. It's like you guys put this up today and then decided to get buck naked and jump in. I'm like, so I closed the blinds and walked back in. I don't know if they were embarrassed, but they should have been.
Here you go. Everybody better be saying sharding. So I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I fell asleep on the toilet, woke up as my face hit the tiles. Wow, god damn. Belting out Master of Puppets while vacuuming in a shirt and undies, living my best life. Turned around and there was my boyfriend and 3 of his mates recording the show in silence. Probably the most humiliating thing. I'm like, oh, well. I had food poisoning once so bad that when I was being violently sick down the toilet, it exploded out the other end and hit my dog in the wall behind me. Oh, God.
Jeez Louise.
I actually shit on my dog. Don't think I'll ever forget myself. A cockapoo. I literally made diarrhea in my pants just as I was approaching my building. I had diarrhea the night before. Woke up the next morning forgot about 6 hours. 6 hours later, parted as you do when you. Nah, I'm not reading that. Can't touch. Yeah, these fucking people can't do a goddamn sentence.
Yeah.
Started a big cough while home alone with a mouth of full toothpaste and inhaled it. Couldn't breathe properly for nearly an hour. Thought I would die from brushing my teeth. I slipped and fell, broke my plates and bowl in the process, and just laid there for a bit. That's not embarrassing. I thought I saw one in here that was really good. I tripped over a low-lying wire fence today at work. I'm the only female on the building site. Gratefully, none of the male workers saw. Otherwise, I'd probably never show my face again. All the stuff was strewn all over the floor. Yeah, I stood on banana skin. Oh, I stood on banana skin and slipped for 3.5 miles. That's made up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
tripping
a Looney
over
Tunes episode.
Slab sticking. Yeah. Spent a stupid amount of time looking for my sunglasses. Yeah, I thought that there was some. I thought I saw one in here. Good. I shat my pants. It's basically people shitting their pants.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme today. People are just can't. Having trouble controlling their bowels.
Charles Reinish was but let's move on to this next one here. I want to dig back into that article, the things that you don't want to hear in the next stall in the bathroom.
Yeah,
I want to dig in because there were some good ones in that one. As soon as it opens up here. Which one did you say? Hey, buddy, you got a bag? Yeah, I'm saving this one. That's right, buddy. You tell that turd who's boss. Hurry up! I got a turtle head poking out.
Oof.
Hey, partner, come on! You got to relax. Don't force it. Going to blow your O-ring. Drop the lung. Oh, here's one. When did I eat that?
Ooh. Yeah,
I'm gonna piss on your shoes, motherfucker.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to hear someone saying that.
It's starting to overflow.
Oh no, yeah, you definitely don't. Yeah, now you're the one next to it for sure.
1 pound 2 ounces, new record. Damn it! If I only had a Ziploc for this one. I never thought seeing through walls could be so entertaining. Oh, drilling sound. Small round piece of wall, stall wall drops to the ground. Someone answers. Someone announces glory. Abandon all hope, ye who will enter. I wonder what that's all about. People who write on the fucking walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. People talking to somebody on their phone with speaker. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a serious one too. Like people having a conversation and you're on fucking speakerphone and you're taking a shit. I mean, like, that's on them. I would just purposely just scream. Just to be like, what the fuck? Just to interrupt their conversation.
I will say, so this isn't something I heard. This is something I witnessed, and I didn't witness anything. Well, I'll just tell you, when I was at a Third Eye Blind concert earlier this summer, I think it was between bands, and there was a lot of bands beforehand, so people have been drinking for a while. And there was like a line for the men's bathroom, which is, rare. Typically, like men are kind of in and out.
Yeah.
But, we're all waiting in line. I'm patiently waiting in my line. And I see a guy and a girl just walk up, in front of everyone in the line. Just, they don't wait. They go together and just jump into the first open stall that opens up. And I don't know what they were doing in there, but they had no, grace for anyone behind them. Whatever they needed to do, whatever they needed to get done, they were going to do it, and they were going to do it together. So everyone just kind of, everyone just was like, all right, guy, you go right ahead.
I always think torpedoes in the water. What did I say? It was like, I had my buddy and I, Tony and I were laughing about this last night. I said it was like all ahead full, back. What did I say? All ahead back, right full rudder. I forget. It was good. It was like man and torpedoes. Like, man in the torpedoes is a good one. You have authorization to release the weapon. But here's another one, Joe. As far as road rage goes, what incident from other drivers makes you feel the most rage?
So I think we've talked about this before, but the thing that bugs me more than anything, and like absolutely like boils my blood, is when people honk at you because they think they have information that you don't. This happened like not too long ago, maybe a month ago. I was at a red light, and there was, it was just a normal red light, an intersection, but it was like kind of down a hill. And at the bottom of the hill at the red light, I'm getting ready to turn right. I'm in the right turning lane, and there's a big sign that says no turn on red. And I'm not going to turn on red because there's a big sign that says don't turn on red. So the dude comes up behind me and honks at me. And I'm like, okay, honk, whatever. It's a red light. You can't turn on red. No right on red. And then like a couple seconds later, he honked again, like blared his horn. And I was like so mad. I put my car in park, was getting ready to like get out and go yell at him. My wife had to like grab my arm, but that just like makes me, when someone is honking at you, they're honking at you because they want you to do something that you're not doing. Like that is they're honking because they feel they have more information. But in my, experience, most of the time, you guys don't have the information. You guys, you're honking because you want us to do something, but there's a reason we're not doing it, right? Like if you're honking because you want someone to move, you want them to turn right. Maybe that's an illegal right turn that person doesn't want to make because there's a cop across the street, right? Like it's just so stupid. I hate when people honk for no reason. Like really makes my blood boil. But
people who cut me off, and then I blow the horn, throw my arms up, and then they give me the middle finger.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like asking for a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you better hope you're not stopping at this fucking red light. Like that.
We're gonna
Like
come to
people,
blows.
basically people who are just driving erratically and ridiculously. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of like my thing. People blowing stoplights and shit. Like, dude, you trying to get somebody killed?
Yeah. It's not
I mean,
that
you clearly
important.
don't have you clearly don't have any regard for your own well-being.
Right.
But yeah, when they cut me off and then drive under the speed limit, made worse by people who speed up when there's a passing lane, then cut you off to merge back in when it ends, and then proceed to go well under the speed limit. Yeah, like like I'm on a turnpike, right? And it's 6 lanes, and I set my cruise control for 75, and like there are cars that will fuck with you, like they'll speed up, and then they'll drift back, and then like they'll get in front of you, and then you go and pass them, and then they'll pass you, and then they play this whole fucking game when you're the one who's doing a constant speed.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. That's when I'm like, all right, let's let the fucking horses out of the stable, shall we? And I just fucking just boom, blast it like 85 miles an hour up the stretch. And then I just back it down and I put it at 75. It's like, I just want to get it fuck away from you. You know, that, like, I don't understand, like, how are you going fast and then you slow down? That's, you know, it's usually like, I don't want to put too many people out there, but Sunday drivers, oh God. You're in a hurry or you're not. Which is it? Those kind of drivers really piss me off.
Yeah.
Driving below the speed limit. The idea, driving below the speed limit really irritates me. I'm like, all right, come the fuck on, man. What are you doing, bro? Disrupting traffic by not paying attention. People using their phones. Somebody on their fucking phone.
That is the only, you know, just went through it. I'm a big proponent of not using your car horn. The only time I will ever use my car horn is if I am at a red light and the car in front of me, if it turns green and the car in front of me, I don't, you know, honk it immediately. But if I look up and they're not moving and I see they're looking down at their phone, that's the only time I'll give it a honk. Cause like, dude, I get it. Like, you're stopped at a stoplight, you want to check a message or whatever, but also be aware of your surroundings. Like, glance down at your phone, you know, read for a second and then look right back up at the road. Like, do not, you know, be scrolling Facebook or Twitter or whatever, like, while you're driving. That's absolutely unhinged.
Bro, here's a good one. Camping in the left lane.
Yeah.
Like, people just driving slow in the lane. Like, get the fuck over. Like, I do know that cops will pull you over. If you're in that lane and you're just driving slow, they will pull you over.
They should.
That's a passing lane.
Yeah. Yeah. I typically always drive in like the middle lane. That's where I try to stay. And then I only use the left lane if I'm trying to pass someone. But yeah.
Oh God. People taking their sweet ass time on making you turn into somewhere. Said, "With it, motherfucker."
Yeah. That some
like,
people
like
are
people
just
who stop, like they're almost like, yeah, like somebody almost like they're pretty much stopped to make a right hand turn. When they just cruise right in it. Like, trying to think. Turn signals is still cool, yeah. But I thought there was anyone stopping for a roundabout. So that's like the new thing right now. So they're starting to put in a lot more roundabouts everywhere. Yeah. So people are like, "Oh my God, what is this?" Like, "Oh my God, just fucking go, merge."
Yeah.
But
yeah, roundabouts.
That's all
are
I
weird.
got today, Joe.
All right. That is all I have as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out at Happy Hour. Again, be sure, like, subscribe, leave a review. It helps a lot. And we will see you guys next time.
And also remember, Spirit Halloween is back. Giving out 20% off. Halloween. It's the season, brothers.
Yeah. Go get your Jason masks. See ya.